Yo, what's up, everybody? Triple B here, taking a look at stage 5, which was our live stream, first one ever, and it was a doozy course. Spiral Into the Volcano, about 55 kilometers, 34 miles with 1,000 feet of elevation gain. And the climbs were super punchy. You know, we're going through the hilly loop, Fuego flat reversed, dirty Sopressa times 3, through the S's, Volcano KOM. It's just endless. And we really want to stay with the front group here. We know that this is a mass start. Less climbing than the last route, but it's also much longer, and it only ends up being about a 25-kilometer difference. Things are certainly spicy, so let's see how long we can stay with this group.
People will go somewhat reckless abandon because of the downhill.
And that's exactly right. You know that there's the switchbacks downhill, so people are going to go all out through here, and sticking with the A+ riders is going to be imperative to our strategy of just being with this front group. We do a really good job of staying with the front, putting out huge watts, 5 watts per kilogram, 6 watts per kilogram. You have this second kick, which is almost more difficult.
The hill's brutal.
As you can tell, I'm getting a little frustrated with the pace right now. We're sitting at above 300 watts for this entire race. That's really close to my 5-minute effort PB. Well, the last 30 days of racing on Zwift Power. And even though we're racing with our buddies, we're still sitting around 50th. Manuel is with our group, Adam and Curtis. They're in the group behind us. Quick shout out to all 3 of them. Make sure to subscribe to their channels. But really what we need to be doing right now is resting, and it's so difficult because we know there's another climb coming up and we need to position well.
This might be it. Just this leopard here. It's cooking my legs.
As you can see, my positioning here is just completely awful. We're already falling off the back. We immediately come out of the draft, so now we have to work twice as hard just to try to get back on the group. We're about 3 seconds behind these few riders up here. I'm able to use my feather to try and catch up, and slowly we start digging our way back, but we're still hitting like 350 watts. This is work that I should be doing with the group because this is so draftable, but it is what it is.
Jesus. That was nuts.
That dig we put in was extremely important. Yes, we're sitting at 65th place, but we're 30 seconds ahead of the group behind us, and we're gaining on the group ahead of us, who's only 6 seconds ahead of us.
They're pushing it. God. 7-6. Oh my God. Jesus.
I think you can really tell that I'm suffering in this race. 20-minute power, 3rd best time ever at this point. We do get a brief break here as we work our way through the desert towards downtown Watopia.
Yeah, they closed a lot of time there, 36 seconds.
As we approach the downtown banner, the group behind begins working well together.
I'm glad I held on to that draft. We're just gonna fly through, baby.
I tell you, this draft was so clutch. It saved us so much effort going over this kicker. We're able to pick up the feather as well, and we now need to loop around the volcano, head back to that gravel climb. Again, it's imperative that we stay towards the front because our group is pretty large now. I'm able to use my steering to keep us in a good position here and hold on to the feather for the second kick.
I'll use the feather here. We should catch the front.
And it's really a good thing we saved that feather. The snowball helped, but we're still hitting over 6 watts per kilogram, and it really lingers on through that 4%.
Wasn't full gas, but we were teetering. We were certainly teetering on the edge here.
We again loop towards the downtown, which means another few kickers.
Oh, that hurt.
Again, we loop around the volcano. This time we see an attack as we're going through, however.
Zephyrs are just slowly leading my legs. Such a weird feeling right now. Like I know my legs are just exhausted. I still have energy. It's just each time you have one of these attacks, it just chips at you a little bit more. A little bit more.
Third and final time, we're going up this gravel bit. I used my featherweight pretty early on. My legs are killing me, as I was saying. I took a nice inside line there, but we do have to go through these S's.
Holy moly. Verging on a cramp.
Not exactly how you want to feel as you approach this really difficult portion of the course. A lot of times when you go through here, the pace will continue being really high even after you make it through this first really tough effort. But luckily, things kind of calm down a little bit. I think everybody knows that we're only 7 miles from the finish, and the last really daunting task that we have is the volcano climb itself. So as we push through here, I have a nice draft that I can use within the volcano climb itself. I was kind of hoping for a feather, but this will be able to be used while we hit the middle portion of the climb. We do get an attack here, and you'll be able to see the A riders slowly begin to sneak up on us. They're about 5 minutes ahead of us, and they are going to begin their final climb.
Oh, this must be the A group going up. Is that Manuel? Let's go, Manuel!
Dude, Manuel riding out of his absolute mind. Still with the front group. I don't know how he did it because I was dying trying to get with them in the first place. So huge props to him. He's going to have a great GC finish.
Woo! Best feeling on the bike is the pump.
My legs were pumped to high heaven. Absolutely insane hour and 10 minutes of racing so far. Sitting around 45th, we use the draft, we gain the draft, and now it just comes down to the volcano KOM climb. It's extremely draftable, not very steep, averages around 3%, but it is sneaky long.
Alright. Let's go. Let's freaking go.
I really am trying my best to stay stoked for this 2.5 mile finish of just pure pain. Again, it's about 400 feet. Everybody in the live stream was doing a really good job of keeping me motivated. Things start off at a reasonable pace. We're sitting at around 4.5 watts per kilogram on this somewhat steep section. Again, my plan is to make it to the middle portion with the group towards the back. I can then pop my draft and get a nice little break for what is going to be a really steep finish. That's where the gradient really begins to kick up. Again, all going according to plan. Manuel must have just finished, sending through a nice motivation message, and now the climb starts to get really, really tough.
Getting to move. Screws are turning. Oh!
0.8 miles from the finish, and this last attack is probably the hardest one to follow the entire time. I'm able to make it over the 5-6% effort with the group, but I immediately hop into zone 2 and just can't continue to stick with the group anymore. It's kind of disappointing. We're only less than a half mile from the finish, but this is where I will leave you to continue watching on your own. Cheers. See you soon.
Oh no! We bombed. Oh, let's go. rubbing catching me. Oh. Oh my God. Dude.